Well, folks, there is trouble in paradise. And no, don't you worry, I'm not talking about the stock market. In fact, the overall market, the S&P 500, is having a beautiful technical breakout, and so are a lot of our favorite individual equities. I'm talking about the world's most powerful man, President Trump, and the world's richest man, Elon Musk. Well, they're no longer best buddies. I guess you could say they're going through a little bit of a messy divorce, and in this video, I'm going to be breaking down the details of all that drama that's going on and how, because of that drama, Tesla stock is now getting absolutely clocked. Obviously, before I get to the drama and the market breakdown, don't forget to like and subscribe, share it with a friend. With that being said, let's rock. When the world's largest casino went dingity ding 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 and officially closed on the day, here was the headline. Dow closes 200 points higher, S&P 500 climbs as Nvidia lifts the tech sector. So overall, we are looking pretty good. The S&P 500 had a nice gain of about 0.6%. We are continuing this upward trend ever since early April, and we're really not that far away from the all-time high that we saw in late February of this year. Now, the initial morning pop was helped by some of the jobs number. Right here, the JOLTS job report coming in a bit higher than expected. And also very early this morning, we had the Eurozone CPI, their inflation report, coming in lower than expected. So across the board, pretty good. And as you can see here, the options market was loving it up until about 1:30. The delta flow in the S&P 500, very strong. People buying calls, selling puts, really adding to the delta. And we saw the same thing in the Mag 7. A lot of bullish aggression up until about 1:30. And then unfortunately, that's when things started to break down, and we saw that exactly in price as well. SPY just climbing, almost like perfectly systematic, just buying all the way up until about 1. Same thing in the Qs, SPY gaining about 0.6%, the Qs even more, about 0.8, and so was Tesla until a certain point, and then around 115, 130, it just started to absolutely vomit. And it was because of a reason not really directly related to the stock whatsoever. It was because Elon and Trump are now very much fighting. Elon Musk calls Trump's mega bill a disgusting abomination. I'm sorry, but I just can't stand it anymore. This massive, outrageous, pork-filled congressional spending bill is a disgusting abomination. Shame on those who voted for it. You know you did wrong. You know it. Now, you might be thinking, okay, the stock obviously started to vomit right there. I would assume he kind of got quiet and he stopped at that point, right? Wrong. It will massively increase the already gigantic budget deficit to 2.5 trillion. That's trillion with a T, and burden American citizens with crushingly unsustainable debt. Right now, as I'm filming this video, we don't have President Trump's official response, but we did hear from the White House press secretary that the President Trump is still very excited about his big, beautiful bill, but clearly not everyone is, especially the world's most wealthy tech mogul who only 48 to 72 hours ago was seemingly President Trump's best friend. I have to say, it makes the whole story of Elon Musk's black and blue eye a little bit more dramatic than I ever anticipated, but who knows what really went down. So even though the honeymoon period is pretty much over now for Trump and for Musk, the stock market is still looking pretty good, which reminds me, shout out to public.com for sponsoring this portion of the video. Now, if you haven't already, I highly suggest that you check out Public because it's my favorite place to trade options. Public helps you make more money or lose less on all of your option trades with their options rebate. When you buy or sell a contract, you get a rebate, which means you actually pay less and in reality, make more than you would on other platforms. You can receive a rebate between 6 and 18 cents depending on your current and prior month's options trading volume. This means that Public is the most cost-effective way to trade options, which is why I love it, because it allows me to focus on actually trading rather than the headache that is trading fees. Now, beyond rebates, Public.com offers you an entire suite of tools. They have a comprehensive strategy builder to plan single or even multi-leg strategies. They have interactive P&L charts to help visualize the outcome of trades, and Public even has advanced charting with hundreds of built-in technical analysis indicators. With all these offerings, no commission fees, and no per contract fees, I'm confident that you'll love Public.com as much as I do. So don't forget to check them out by going to public.com/Matt Kohrs, or you can click on the link in the description of the video. Thanks again to Public for partnering with us, the Goonie community. For tomorrow, Wednesday, June 4th, early in the morning, we're going to give it the ADP non-farm employment change. A little bit later on in the day, we're going to be getting some non-manufacturing PMI and prices numbers. So pay attention to all that. The party really gets going on Thursday, where we're going to be getting the interest rate decision from the ECB, the European Central Bank. And then on Friday, we're going to be getting the unemployment numbers for here in the US. And in between all of that, we are fully expecting to get another update related to the current state of the trade war, the tariff war, the drug war, whatever you want to call it. Trump to sign order hiking both steel and aluminum tariffs to 50%. That is expected to go into effect tomorrow, but who knows, they might be making a last second deal. The US sent letters to trade partners ahead of the tariff deadline. The Office of the US Trade Representatives has sent letters to trading partners to remind them of an upcoming deadline in tariff negotiations, according to the White House, an effort by the Trump administration to push forward talks. I can confirm the merits and the content of this letter. That was reported by the White House press secretary today. USTR sent this letter to all of our trading partners just to give them a friendly reminder that the deadline is coming up and they are in talks. The president expects good talks and we are on track for that. And one final piece of info that I don't want anyone to forget is, even though we're pretty much done with earnings season, after the market closes on Thursday, Broadcom, a top 10 stock in the US stock market, the second biggest semiconductor below Nvidia, ticker symbol AVGO, will be reporting earnings. And the semiconductor was pretty hot today, that whole sector. So I would highly recommend paying attention to this, even if you're not directly trading it, because it has a massive influence on both the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ 100. So once again, Broadcom, AVGO, Avago, whatever you want to call it, reporting after the market closes on Thursday. And last but not least, just to get more into the technicals of the S&P 500. And this is one of those rare moments where I get to say,
hey, wow, I was actually right.
Yesterday, I posted a video of how the overall market was set to break out. A lot of you in the comments were telling me how I was wrong. Seasonality isn't a thing. And look at that. We gained 0.6%. And now this is what? About an 85% hit rate, that on this particular trading day of the entire year, we put in a nice green gain. So it played out again today, but on top of it, it led us to this nice technical breakout where not only did we take out some of these recent highs, but we actually took out the highs from this overall pennant. So I'm fully looking for that continuation. As of tomorrow, for Wednesday, the call open interest is very much centering in on 6,000, but I want to let you know that for this Friday, the actual biggest open interest is 6,100. So is that going to hit? Is it not going to hit? Well, I think it's going to be very dependent on what's going on with the trade war, what's not going on with the trade war. But from an options perspective, we are seeing the bulls gain even more strength. They've been in control and now they're gaining more control. So really what we have is solid bullish price structure, higher highs and higher lows. We have bullish momentum. Obviously, we're above all the major EMAs. We're getting these beautiful technical breakouts. And then really the cherry on top here is the options market fully agrees. They're buying calls, selling puts, putting a lot of positive delta into the system, which means that the market makers are supportive for this push upwards, at least as we're heading into the June monthlies. So very excited to be in the bull camp in the coming days and or weeks. Folks, that's what I have for you. I would love to hear from you in a comment below if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. Other than that, I'll catch you in the stream tomorrow morning. I appreciate all the good vibes. I'll catch you in the next one.